Me glad to say, Hona children are tuning in, y'all. This one more again. The Gullah Geechee going on. This is the Queen Quet, the head from the body of the Gullah Geechee Nation. Me glad to say, Hona children are getting me to crack my teeth this year day, but this year girl with me and me in the moon and things like that. You understand? This year, a Senorita Luna. See? Hona children are trying to mind, I never heard it. But Luna means what?
Moon.
Moon. Please tell all of our viewers your whole name.
Daniela Rábago González.
Ah, sí. Una mexicana, chica. See? So I know many of you tuned in and saw me in Guadalajara, Mexico. Well, I never thought that someone was going to come behind me and come to the Gullah Geechee Nation from Guadalajara. So I definitely welcome my sister for being here. Now, what brings you to the Gullah Geechee Nation?
I was chosen in the Cultural Heritage Program. And actually, ever since I saw the program, there's a split of groups, and I wanted to come to Charleston. I am very fond of finding specific roots and the richness of a culture that is in the people, not in museums.
Got you.
So I really wanted to come to Charleston. I never really expected so much of what I've seen now, which I'm really happy. But yeah, I just felt something that I had to come, yeah.
Right? So now, had you heard about Gullah Geechee culture before you left Mexico, or not really?
Not really. I heard a lot of African American culture. I knew a little bit. They teach us a little bit, but not as profound as this trip. So yeah,
right.
I'm taking a lot of information, which is great.
Wonderful. Now I know you do a lot of work with the women in Mexico, and I know that when I was there, Minerva was so proudly standing all over the country. Tell us, what does Minerva really mean to you? What does she represent? And just in general, the kind of work that you do with women in Mexico.
Okay, well, she's a warrior. She represents a big part of the Mexican culture of always looking upward to a woman who is a symbol, kind of like a mother, a woman who is always taking care of its people and always looking there. And we have a really ironic society in Mexico because men always usually look up to their mothers, but not their partners. And there's a lot of violence going on. There's a lot of men who just don't feel satisfied with the woman they're with, and there's a lot of violence involved in families. And it's really preoccupying for me to see that. And to see that it's not even only in men, but also in women. Because their self-esteem has gone to the ground, and they just don't get motivation out of their lifestyles or what they do or who they really are. So they get involved in all this society, and they just don't know who they are or what they are waking up every morning for,
live for. Right.
So my festival mostly involves that part of what I feel that my women are losing or have lost for so many years.
Right.
And I'm trying to do it in a really subtle way through the arts, through the culture, but I always choose a specific topic involving a problematic in my country, which could be violence, self-esteem, memory cancer. So what I try to do is get all these women express themselves through the arts, and generate an impact and create conscience to the spectators.
Right, so that's wonderful. Now, when you incorporate this in the arts, do any of the women use Minerva as something that maybe they do songs or dances or paintings or anything? Have you seen that in any of the work that you've done? Did it even look at her now as a motivating figure at all?
Only in photography, but not very much. I think I haven't had any other work. We talk about it a lot, but it's a good question actually. I haven't seen any of the women actually look or go or use her as a symbol, even though it is, because it's even the center of my city.
Exactly.
So it's an interesting question, yeah.
Wow. But see, it's wonderful to know that there are still young women like yourself that know who she is, know that she's not just standing in the center of the city for no reason, as we just said, right on sworn thing like that, but instead that you can reach into your center and pull out that strength that I just know is there. I met so many of my fellow Mexican sisters who I just felt this power and this motivation and this energy from them. And when I look back at the Mexican Revolution, I see all the women who were there and who are out front. And so to hear that the women now, that their esteem is being lowered and that they don't really know that, you know, our prayers are with you. And of course, you know, we're there, we're ready to come down and dance and make songs with you, you know, so that they can then see themselves in her. Exactly. And so that one day we can fill up that whole center with new statues. Exactly. And we hope that our sister of the moon, that one day we see a statue there for you and all the work that you're doing. So yes, so when I come back to Guadalajara, I have to come 1 September so that I can come down and be part of the festivities. Las Mujeres in Mexico and right here in the Gullah Geechee Nation. So Hana Chilla, this year, the what going on.